The pain-free, happy life. Oh, how we are creatures of comfort. We will often gravitate towards anything in life that creates the most comfort for us. We often call this the path of least resistance. But what if resistance is good for us? What if the pain of the pushback is actually for our good? Now, I personally don't know many people who will willingly choose paths that are knowingly painful. Most of us would think those people are just flat out stupid. Not only would we think they're stupid, but we would tell them, hey, you're stupid. Don't get me wrong, there are some willful choices that are stupid and should be avoided. But what if the willful choice is advantageous, where the course leads to progress in many necessary areas, but the pain that it requires looks ridiculously incomprehensible? I often reflect on the many refugee stories of people fleeing on foot to cross into new territory that is hopefully an escape from their present dire situation. The pain that they must currently be going through, along with the pain of the journey to the new land and the pain of adjusting to this new place that is foreign to them, seems like an endless life of pain. This past, present, and future reality of pain is not relegated to just someone like a refugee, but it is relevant to all of us, every single human being. Pain is unavoidable. In fact, the longer I live, the more I believe that pain should be an expected part of the process. The life process, that is. Whatever beliefs you have in life, pain is no respecter of persons. Pain is universally recognized and acknowledged. Pain has been around since the beginning of time. So why do we think that we won't experience pain? Why are we so shocked when we go through a painful situation? Why does the pain of life cause us to believe we are on the wrong path or making the wrong choices? While I do believe pain is a trigger that alerts us of when there is something we need to pay attention to or to something that is in duress, I also believe pain is an external and internal agent that forces us to accept or reject transformational change in our lives. Meaning, when the pain comes, we have a choice of whether we will use that pain towards our personal growth or against it. We can either have the perspective of using it to benefit our maturation, or we can play the victim and blame shift the externals. As long as you're breathing, pain is a guarantee. Whether that be physically, emotionally, mentally, or spiritually, expect the pain. We have to stop going through life blissfully ignorant and unexpected to upcoming pains. Not that we should live a life of cynicism or pessimism, but we should have a healthy view of the current reality of pain and its future promise here on this side of life. Now, this is where I transition to the promise of the faith that I ascribe to. I thank God for the promise that through this pain of life that I've been given through faith a helper who empowers me and guides me to journey through the painful life situations with wisdom and discernment for what the situation is, and also empowers me to have joy, to not allow the painful circumstance to cause me to stay stagnant in bitterness, anger, or resentment. I can still make decisions in life knowing that as long as it involves humans, there will be a level of pain that I will have to navigate, but that I don't have to dread those interactions and question my decisions to the degree of whether or not I need to be there. To understand what I'm referring to, I will take the practical example of working a job. I don't know many people who like working a job or working for someone else. It is painful. The many things you have to endure with personalities, job requirements, and policies are just oftentimes flat out painful. So, knowing this, we can have a realistic view that finding a pain free job is just not possible. Are there some jobs that are more enjoyable than others? Absolutely. But what I'm referring to is the thought process behind questioning why your new job is painful or why every job or position you take still isn't it. This is the guaranteed pain that I'm referring to. Having an understanding that no matter where you go or what you do, there will always be a level of pain and unpleasant experiences that you'll have to endure and navigate. So, by changing your perspective, it can quite possibly help you to endure those difficulties more victoriously. We should quit looking for the escape. Instead, look for the ways to empower yourself through the treacherous path. I remember hearing a famous Christian speaker say, Paul rarely prayed for God to change his circumstances. Instead, Paul prayed for God to change him inside of his circumstances. Oh, what a shift in mindset to understand that there's just no such thing as a pain free happy life, so we can ask God instead to help us through the pain instead of trying to escape it. What an inner transformation this can be for us. Finally, having a this too shall pass mentality will help you to not feel downtrodden or entangled and push you through your current painful situation, knowing that the pain of the present will not endure forever, even if it lasts your entire lifetime. That still isn't forever. Because guess what, beloved? We still have eternity on the other side that awaits us. And for believers in the truth of Christ, we have a promise that tells us our tears and our pain will be no more. For more content and to download copies of my ebooks, go to simplelifeconversations.blog. That's simplelifeconversations.blog. Be sure to subscribe to this podcast channel to get the latest episode of Conversation Starters.